architectural context, we usually talk about green buildings. Green buildings try to use the most precious resources, water and energy, in a more sustainable way, more sustainable than other conventional buildings in the same context. And for us, it's very important that we tackle these strategies, that we come up with these strategies very early in the process. For us as architects, it's important that we study the local climate very well to understand what are the natural conditions around the building. We look at passive design strategies, trying to avoid excessive solar exposure for the building, trying to encourage natural ventilation and breezes around and through the building. These are the strategies that are effectively free at the very beginning of the design process, but they actually have a very large impact on the future design process further down the line. And we use very advanced environmental analysis and modeling tools to come up with the best solution for all the designs. When we use this across all our offices, Hong Kong and all the offices in China as well. We as architects, when we try to apply sustainability onto our projects, we generally encourage the building owner or our clients to get all the parties involved as early in the design process as possible. This is very, very important to achieve a successful project process, but also achieve a very successful green building in the outcome. As a truly sustainable or green building, it's important that first of all, of course, all the financial factors, commercial factors are all agreed and discussed, and all the stakeholders put in their confirmation. But also it's important that all the other disciplines, such as architects, MEP engineers, transport planners, environmental engineers, they all come together right at the very beginning of the project, because it is important to assess the actual opportunities specifically for the project, to assess and determine the right strategies of how to approach a project, to establish a common design basis. Well, green buildings or sustainability in general has a lot of benefits to everybody really involved. We as architects, again, of course, we are mostly concerned about designing buildings for the users, for the building occupants. And this is where green buildings come in really successfully, because it's been proven in many studies that green buildings, the way we design them, provide more daylighting, give better natural ventilation, have generally a more comfortable feel to the occupancy, and a more contact also with the environment externally. Studies have actually shown that buildings which have been designed as green buildings contribute to the general well-being and to the health of its occupants. Office buildings, for example, experience a measurable, distinct reduction in sick days of its workers. That's a very significant contribution. School buildings, for example, which have been designed as green buildings, have shown that the children there perform measurably better in their exams and their tests. So there is definitely a very strong benefit to the occupants. But also the benefits are very commercially supported. Green buildings, while initially they may require a bit of an investment from the owner's side, definitely all these green building strategies that we always talk about and implement, they always have a very significant return on the investment. Some of them, even after a few years, already pay back. Think about energy savings, think about water reductions. All these are effectively cost savings that will pay off after a few years upon the construction completion. Well, we mentioned earlier that sustainability definitely requires very close collaboration between the various disciplines. And I think we here at Atkins are actually extremely well positioned to offer our services to clients. We have all these skills in-house, from architecture to engineering to MEP engineering to transport planning. Actually, one of our projects, we recently completed the Asia Aerospace City in Malaysia, was actually the product of collaboration between the environmental team and the MEP team and us, the architects. And the outcome was, although it's only in the master plan stage, was a very convincing, sustainable project. Another project we also completed recently is the China Merchants Bank headquarter tower in Shanghai. This is a very, very high profile project in a very prominent location right in the center of Shanghai. Some of the team members of our architects team here in Hong Kong worked on this project as key designers before joining Atkins. And subsequently, we actually recommended our colleagues from F&G to the client to conclude and complete the LEED certification for this project. This project has now been completed, and construction site has been completed, it's been opened, and also the LEED certification has been completed, and it's now a LEED Gold certified building. The plug can be seen on the building entrance very soon, and is now a very proud part of the Atkins portfolio.